Greetings from Toronto. Jane, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you? I just had a wonderful time in Vancouver, actually, filming a job there, and Canada looked marvelous.
Canada is always marvelous, and it's always marvelous to have you in it. So thank you so
Thank you.
much for this show. I absolutely love it. And I wanted to know, Jane, playing Mrs. Dickinson has being a mother helped you with this role?
Very interesting question. Um, Being a mother now informs every job that I do. So uh, I think once you become a mom, the whole world changes and all your priorities change.
Yeah.
So that has been very interesting. I think how it has helped me with this role is trying to understand the conflict between Mrs. Dickinson Sr. and Emily Dickinson Jr. I think they come from such different worlds. They are such tradition. She's such a traditionalist. Emily is, I would say, more of a modern feminist.
Yeah.
And they are at odds with each other a lot of the time. And coming from the place of a mother is understanding when you have conflict with your own child, how you would describe the differences to your child and try to get to a place of understanding. So I think it does affect my acting in choosing how a mom would approach the conflict between our two relationships.
Yeah.
Hopefully not having very much of that kind of conflict in my own life with my son, but
Yes.
but I think it does. I think it always informs everything that you do once you become a mom.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's it's such a great cast, and it just looks like you guys have way too much fun for sure making this show. But working with somebody like Haley, and we see that in season two. I don't want to give anything away, but she's grappling with fame. How, in your opinion, working with Haley, first of all, how is that, and how is Haley handling these kinds of pressures in real life?
So interesting. I This is my first time working with Haley, and I am so impressed with her. She is a marvel of a young woman. She is so disciplined. She's so professional. She's so thorough with her choices and her research and her homework. And she's just a great gal. Her parents have done an amazing job. She's a really great lady, and I love working with her. And I think we couldn't be luckier to have her being Emily Dickinson, not only for the representation of our day-to-day filming, but for the representation of Emily Dickinson. I think
Yes.
what a great modern woman to get to play and respect the Emily Dickinson from the real world. And so I think it's a genius matchup, and it also completely depicts to me what Elena Smith is going for by having modern music, which Haley has a large footprint in, her doing concerts and tours and bringing all of her acting talents and history. They all just sort of come together, and I think she's doing a beautiful performance.
Yeah.
I feel very lucky when I get to do scenes with her, and they tend to be my favorite scenes because she makes me work harder, and that's good. Work harder, maybe sometimes by doing less, but that's good for me. And so I feel like she inspired me to do more homework on my scenes and bring the most truth to my scenes. It's hard to. I think you come off bad if you try to do anything but truth when you're in a scene with Haley, and that's always a good reminder for me as an actress to remember to be.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
yeah. I mean,
and then
Jane,
about how Haley handles fame. I mean, she's just such a elegant young woman. I think she handles her fame beautifully. And, I think a lot of what season two is about is Emily Dickinson struggling with the idea of fame and whether
yeah.
to be published or not be published. And Haley is someone who comes along with, I think she has 14 or 15 million social media followers. And that is a lot for a young lady to have those kinds of numbers, but to bring along what that pressure is. And so I think Haley is a perfect example of to represent what we're going for in this season, what that means to young women today and what it meant to Emily back in her time.
Absolutely. Jane, I want to ask you, I mean, I just love seeing you in everything you do. I've seen you on Broadway. I loved you in 30 Rock, Kimmy
Oh,
Schmidt, on and on and on. You're so fantastic.
thanks.
But my God, we are going to see you host Dave That Tune. That was one of
Yes.
my favorite game shows. I am a pro at that. I love it. After that, what's that like to take on hosting duties? You're going to be working with Brandy Jackson. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh, I'm so glad that you can't wait. And I hope so many people tune in. It was a blast to film. Name That Tune was one of my favorite game shows growing up that I used to watch with my family. And we used to play along with the game. And it's a lot of how I know a lot of music from playing that in my childhood. I also grew up in a very musical household. So I couldn't be more happy about bringing it back. I am in love with Randy Jackson. I am honored to have him as my cohort in this. He brings so much legacy from the music business and to his uh, legacy on the Fox network as well through American Idol. So I'm so thrilled to be a part of it. I hope people tune in. It's just as much an entertainment show as it is a game show. So I hope everyone will tune in and enjoy. And like the original show, no answers are ever displayed, so you can play along at home, which is something I enjoy about those types of game shows.
Cannot wait. Well, congratulations to everything, for everything. You're so great in Dickinson. I
Thanks.
love watching you. And happy holidays to you and your family,
Yeah,
Jane. Take
to
it
you
easy.
too. Thank you. And be safe and be healthy.
Thank you. You too, my dear. Bye bye.
Bye.